the first hump day, bump day thing. I'm going to cover pregnancy weeks 4 to 6 because we didn't tell you straight away when we found out we were pregnant, because it was a bit of a shock and we decided we would go for a scan before telling anyone. So we actually have had that scan, and I'm going to input footage from us having the scan so you can meet the little blob, which we're calling experiment 6, at the end of this video if you stay tuned for that. But I was just going to go over a little bits like signs and symptoms. Now, I didn't have any symptoms before I found out I was pregnant because I found out so very early. I don't know what possessed me really but there's one thing that's a little TMI, so if you've got tiny humans near you, this isn't for them, this little bit, but I'm going to say it in a not overly graphic way. So basically, I woke up on 8 days post ovulation and I thought, do you know what, that was weird. I'm gonna be on the stick, because with Finley, the previous surrogate baby I had, I found out 3 days post, 5-day transfer to day 8. Thought I'm gonna do it, and the reason I did is because in my dream I had a special kind of dream, and sort of climaxed in my sleep, and that doesn't happen to me very often. That's a rare thing for Lisa. And I was like, okay, that was different. But the only times that has ever happened to me before is when I'm pregnant. So I was like, do you know what? I'm just going to pee on a stick. And, well, you've probably seen I cried. Anyway, I was very happy. I was very happy. And that was kind of the only symptom. And to be fair, that's the best symptom I've ever had. Because about a week later, it happened again. And I was like, oh, is this a new pregnancy symptom? It's not. It's not happened since. And I'm kind of sad about that. And also not, because it's a bit of an awkward one where you wake up and you're like, okay. Other than that, I didn't really get any symptoms until I was about nearly 5 weeks. I started to get tired. I have had ways where I feel exceptionally sick, like I'm going to be sick. I've only thrown up a couple of times because I figured out quite early on, because although it's got nothing on the previous pregnancy where I was really, really sick, if I feel a bit sick, I eat something. I've got Preggy Pop drops for when I'm like out and about. I can just shove one in my mouth and it really does take the edge off. But I find that I'm having to have breakfast and I'm having to have lunch, which is just not how I work normally. This is an irritation to me, I've got to be honest. But I'm doing it because it needs to be done. As long as I eat and I have like fruit and veg and I have like granola bars, which I know aren't the healthiest thing in the world, but little things that I can have in my bag and just nibble on something as soon as I start feeling hungry or I start feeling a little bit sick. I also have like yogurts and trying to get some more healthy things. So if anyone's got tips of things I could get that would be a good idea to eat that are, you know, something that's going to settle my stomach, because it can't be too rich, which is why I'm sticking to things like a digestive biscuit or a granola biscuit, because they were £1 for a pack of 5 of Fox's granola biscuits, or fruit or something like that. Any tips and tricks of things you've had, please let me know below, because obviously I don't want to gain 800 pounds. I'm already obese. Let's not get to the point I can't get out of my own house. Maybe. But other than that, yeah, tired, a bit sicky. Boobs were killing me on and off. Like if I do this now, I'm like, ow, they're like sat on my chest, they're doing all right. But if you poke them, they hurt. So that's not been the most fun thing in the world. I think that's it really. Just the bog standard, sicky, tired, sore boobs. The odd headache, like the exhaustion headache. We were all like fuzzy headed. But again, that's a very normal part of pregnancy. So I haven't had anything past that, which is great. But again, no symptoms before I found out I was pregnant, except for the, you know, fun dream, super fun dream. So that's enough from me. What I'm going to do now is insert the footage from when we went to the scan, and you can meet little experiment 6, who's named because my IF is massively into Lilo and Stitch. She loves Stitch, loves the idea of family, and obviously as a surrogate, it is definitely about making people family, welcoming people into your family in a way that you wouldn't have imagined you would have done originally. And we muck about that we are Team Ohana. And obviously we don't want to call the baby Stitch in case, God forbid, anything awful happened or anything bad happened. It would ruin his like favourite characters. That's not allowed. So we went with Experiment 6 because in the movies I think it's Experiment 626, and this will be my 6th baby that I will give birth to full term. And that's the hope there. So I'm going to shut up now and come and meet the tiny little hitchhiker that is hanging out in my uterus for hopefully the next 30-something weeks. You excited?
Very.
Or nervous? You're excited. You're nervous.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Don't worry, we can't basically see your face. It's so dark. You're like a silhouette in a BBC documentary.
stole my heart. What is it that you do? My life was great till you added colors.
That's a heartbeat.
Like the moon needs the sun, we don't care about the others.
It's real. It's not mental.
You set my world on fire. You're my heart's desire. I just wanna love you, just wanna hold